I'm Ish Holmes, and I would just like to welcome you to another Next Entrepreneur Forum. Today we're going to be talking about extracting value from your company. First of all, I'd just really like to thank everyone for coming out, spending time with us on a Saturday. And I usually like to just open with something that I learned that kind of just helps me as an entrepreneur in general, but really off topic of what we're going to talk about today. But there's a quote that I like that I got from my friend Antonio. It's called "Be happy, be humble." And like those two things, like when I really just think about like what gets you through as an entrepreneur, you choose to do that, like something usually tends to come up good, like on the other end.
Is there a going percentage that you will kind of extrapolate, towards, and I guess allocate towards, growing the business, and then what you can use as maybe, I guess for like, let's say a gift for family members?
A lot. And that's what I think of as return on investment. Is you take that money out and play with it and do what you want with it, but if you take that money and put it back in, will it grow tenfold?
Right.
Will it grow 20-fold? Whatever it is, I would rather throw it back in there and just keep growing and wait a little bit for the fruits of my labor and start pulling it out then.
Yeah.
But you pull it all out now, but you've got no money to reinvest into your company. So then your growth is going to stay somewhat stagnant.
Yeah.
But if you put the money in there, your ROI is pretty high, you keep growing tremendously.
Entrepreneurs should do before you start thinking about even becoming an entrepreneur is get your financial house in order. And we all know what that is, right? The budget, nobody wants to hear it. Put your personal budget together. Put a bare bones budget together. What's the minimum that I need to live off of? You really should understand what money is going out. No, I do eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I just happen to like them. But what I would do on the business side is do a similar thing. What is my projection? What do I think I'm going to my business plan? Yeah, what do I think I'm going to have coming in, and what do I need to spend to make that money coming in? Because you have to spend money to make money. So that if you have the structure, I think you're better able to make those decisions.
Entrepreneurs may have a certain amount of liquidity or funds to be able to do things, and they just have a certain lifestyle. People really have an idea of how they want to live, how they want to be, and we don't make recommendations based upon that because it's not us. We just say, well, this, if you want this is what needs to happen. But, ultimately, we put in front of you in black and white, and you choose a drink.
Bill Gates, Marriott,
Ferrari.
all those guys, yeah, I missed that one, but
Which one?
one thing that I've seen in
Yeah,
common
Ferrari.
with all of these guys that have really made it is that they're not, except for Branson, they're not really living high on the hog. They're very conservative. Sure. Sam Walton, if he was alive, he'd be the richest man in the world right now. He's got a nice place, but he built that thing 30 some odd years ago, and that's the same house he lives in. He could have built some extravagant, labyrinth, beautiful place, but he didn't.
Right.
And most of these guys all did that. It's that they just didn't go nuts with it. They were very conservative, and they had their money because they were true entrepreneurs. They had that money available so they could do the next thing.
Right.
And they were in for the game. Sam Walton, he drove himself to work in an old beat-up Ford pickup truck. Bought his suits off of the rack at Walmart. He wasn't in it for the money. He was